Before I come to you, Josh, so that we can go through the allegations specifically. Number one, the handyman complained to the police after building the 8-by-8-foot office, quote unquote, and I'm going to refer to it as a cage, but the parents say it's an office, in the garage. The teen had been living there for 5 years. Listen, he's 14, 5 years, 9 at the time he started, because he allegedly had behavioral issues, as if that's an excuse. He used a bucket as a bathroom, sometimes kept in the darkness. And remember, there was a camera, and we learned through that great report by Ryan that there were thousands of videos of him in it. The enclosure had a doorknob, a deadbolt that locked from the outside. I've seen so many abuse cases, and that's very typical, that the lock is on the outside. Why? So the child cannot escape. That there was a camera, as I've already referenced, and that the other siblings said, in fact, this was true. Often there's a target child. I would suggest in this case that's probably him. And he was going to school every day. Josh, education is prevention for me. Talk to us about the fact, as you're listening to these allegations, that we learn while this was going on at home, the child, teenager, now 14, was in school.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. That was something that stood out to me as well, is the abuse that he must have been suffering. What it leads me to believe was so emotionally traumatic to him that he didn't even feel comfortable talking to people about it. He was going out to school every day, sharing time with friends and teachers, and never mentioned this. That you can imagine the constant state of fear that he was operating in. Another thing that you point out is that the fact that he had behavioral issues is not an excuse. These folks don't look like they were destitute. I can't imagine that they had no other resources or place to turn to but to build, like you said, a cage in their garage and put their son in there because they felt that he was going through some behavioral issues. It's really disturbing, and it's horrific.
And to your